Damn, haven't been on camera in a bit. Hello everyone, welcome to another retrospective listing. I was gonna do another album today, but I'm gonna set that aside, and I think that will be the last 2015 retrospective listen I will look at for this channel. Because, yeah, we've been on a run, I think we've had a good run with the 2015 albums, and, yeah, I'm gonna do this album that we're gonna do today, and then the next album another time. Then I should probably start on that ramble, because my god, have I been putting that off for a while. And then we can, we can move on to, like, the friendly request, because I know we haven't done that in a little bit, but I will get to that. I will get to that, okay? We still got a decent amount of year left. So, yeah, the album we are going to look at today, that dropped in 2015, is an album that I've known, you've probably known, but I've never listened to it fully. It's one of those 2015 albums again. None other than the popular Currents by the one-man show Tame Impala. Because, I don't know if you know, but Tame Impala is just one guy. I'm sorry. Anyway, yeah. So, Tame Impala, a band that I know, heard of probably a lot, and I've never gone around to listening to a full album from them. Could just be because I only know the biggest songs possible. But, the songs I have heard from Tame is, as someone who's only heard the big songs that would be making it into, like, memes and whatnot, yeah, they are bangers. They're bangers. I don't know what you want me to say. I haven't gotten to the point where they're like overplayed, because I don't know how you can overplay those songs. Those songs are still pretty good. But yeah, Tame Impala, an artist I know of, but never gone out of my way to dig deep into their discography. And that changes today, I guess, with one of their biggest albums. I don't know if this is their biggest, but I'm assuming this is, because I mean, how many people have seen this album cover? It's either this album cover or the one with sand going into the red room. I think that's how the album cover is. If not, then that just goes to show you how casual I am with Tame Impala. But I mean, look at this. I know they're a little bit of like that psychedelic kind of rock kind of thing. So and this album cover definitely proves it. So you can see I have Let It Happen saved, but not the less I know the better. Probably because everyone knows it. I mean, look at that. Is that a billion? Is that a billion streams? Almost 2 billion streams. Holy moly. Yeah, so you ask somebody if they know Tame Impala and they'll be like, that's probably who they're talking about. And then let's see what else is on this album, because it looks like there's some heavy hitters here and a lot of bangers. Probably some I have listened to before, but like doesn't ring a bell. It's not entering the conscious that well, but we will find out today. Which means we go right into the genius lore, how you have been missed. Aptly titled, but Tame Impala's third studio record, Currents, is a warm sonic wave straight from Australian waters. I didn't know he was Australian. Combining neo-psychedelia and alternative dance. Sometimes the wave Sometimes the wave washes over you, and sometimes you find yourself surfing atop it. The album marks Tame Impala's venture deeper into the ever-growing world of electronic music, but doesn't stray too far from their rock roots. The band officially released 2 singles prior to the record's release, the first of which being Let It Happen on March 11th, 2015, followed closely by 'Cause I'm a Man on April 7th, 2015. While it was not released as a radio single, the track Disciples was publicized by Tame Impala frontman Kevin Parker via his Reddit AMA on April 30th, 2015. Following its success on the record, The Less I Know the Better was released as a radio single on November 29th, 2015. Currents was almost universally lauded by critics and was nominated for Best Alternative Music Album at the 2016 Grammy Awards. Only the best thing that's ever happened to me. Hey, speak your shit, buddy. Alright, cool. I don't really classify Tame Impala as a rock band per se, but that's just because if this is the biggest album that's reached the most casuals, then yeah, yeah. But you can definitely hear the rock elements still with the singles I have heard. And let's get into the album. Y'all sleeping on me, huh? Had a good snooze. Wake up, wake up. A long time. God, what happened, man? What happened? Currents, Tame Impala, July 17th, 2015 13 songs, 51 minutes, 11 seconds. Track number 1, a big, hefty track. Let It Happen. Hey, hey! Let it happen! Just let it happen! This running around. Not gonna lie, you can definitely hear the Australian now. Now that you've heard it. When it happens, let it happen. I can't fight it much longer. Is this the part? I don't think this is the part. I think it's later in the song. Did it just skip a beat? Hello? What are we doing here? God damn. This is a long ass instrumental. Oh. Oh, I think this is the part. This is the part. This is the part. Try to get through it. Try to push through it. Get fucking ready. Bum 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 bum. Ah, shit stink. He's ready. He's moving on. Holy moly. Probably one of the most longest intro tracks I've heard in a minute. And also one of the most iconic, I guess, is iconic the right word? I don't know, it's been 10 years. Sure, we'll use iconic. Oh my goodness. That ending switch with the bass, and that bass line has also been a very famous part when it comes to Tame Impala. That bass is that bass is gross, that bass is fat, that bass is distorted, and it's really good. It's a really good bass line. I'm not really like the biggest bass guy, but I can always appreciate a really good bass. And yeah, I mean, when's the last time you heard a it's been a while since I've heard a song that was 7+ minutes as the intro track. And I mean, it is a pretty good intro track. I mean, it is a pretty good 7 minutes. I mean, you kind of either got to get lost into the like middle instrumental section, or like just start dancing the fuck out of that, because this is you could either count it as a danceable track or a one to get lost into space with. You can decide. But as you can see, I was a little bit groovy. I was dancing a little bit. On the opening track of Tame Impala's third record, Currents, Kevin Parker introduces the album's theme of letting go and allowing nature to take its course, merging Tame Impala's signature psychedelic rock sound with an extended electronic breakdown. This theme is where the album derives its title, as Parker stated that the currents he refers to are unstoppable forces that lead to personal transformation. Let It Happen was the first song revealed from the album, although its first official single was "'Cause I'm a Man." It's a powerful feeling when you realize that this is happening. There are things that are changing, sometimes without your consent. When that happens, it's quite a powerful thing. So much that it felt like the whole album could be based around that feeling. Kevin Parker in an interview with the ABC. It reminds me of being on a train, going through one landscape and then into another. The rhythm rolls on. Sometimes you're in a tunnel, sometimes you're out in the mountains. The landscape changes as it goes on. I can see that. Holy, okay, yeah. Certified Platinum, February 11, 2022. Sweet. Kevin Parker revealed that the processed vocals in this portion of the studio version are actually gibberish. They were recorded as a placeholder, referred to in the music industry as a scratch track, that was left on instead of being re-recorded as intended. And the first take I did, I was just singing gibberish and making sounds with my mouth just to test it out, and I didn't even know what I was saying. I was saying words and stringing sentences together that weren't really words. I do that a lot when I'm demoing and fleshing out ideas because I've got the emotions in me, but I haven't turned it into words yet. So I was just doing that, and then I left that for months and months, always planning to go back and re-record it with real lyrics. And I only did it a few days ago, a week before mastering. I'm totally contradicting what I said before, but I couldn't get back the same groove I did when I was speaking in tongues. So I had to make the decision, like, fuck it. I'll just leave the speaking in tongues version on the album. It will never make sense, but the song is called Let It Happen, and it's about allowing what is overtaking you to take control. Parker has since written proper lyrics to this section which can be heard in live performances, but nevertheless refused to disclose them. Cool! I mean, according to streaming services, there's some lyrics now. Maybe it changed, I don't know, but yeah, I mean, that part is more like a vibe than anything. I mean, you literally get the message from the lyrics. It's not like super layered, but it's to the point. You can get it pretty obviously, and yeah, it's mainly the groove you're kind of there for, but it's still really good song. Add that to the playlist because apparently I added that to very old playlists from like 2020. All right, let's move on. Next track, Nangs. Is this when we get to that electronic dance type of stuff? But is there something more than that? Okay, we got a lot done in a minute. Holy, why is it still so hot? God damn. It's already 7 p.m. Why is it still fucking hot? It is Hawaii in the summer. Welcome to Hawaii in the summer, baby. Nangs is a wobbly, disorienting track named after the Australian slang term for canisters filled with nitrous oxide. Oh boy, a compound gas used in cars to boost speed and transmission, or laughing gas. Nangs are occasionally used as a recreational drug. In the United States, they are known as whippets. Damn, we were that? Damn. Little timely now, huh? The song's introduction sounds like a balloon filled with nitrous being inhaled, which is the method used to get gas into your system. The track does a good job of emulating the woozy, undulating feeling of being high on nitrous oxide. Yikes. And yeah. I mean, is there something more than that? I don't know. I know that Tame Impala has had like some collaborations with Justice. I don't know if they've had a collaboration with Daft Punk, even though, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I haven't seen one, or I can't remember one off the top of my head, but yeah, you're getting a lot of these like, I don't want to say you're getting exactly what Justice and Daft Punk would do, but you are getting like a little taste of that. Like that little dancey electro shit. But obviously with Tame, it's more in the like psychedelic realm. Hey, shit. I mean, have you heard this song? Off to a great start. Next track, The Moment. Hold the fuck up. Hold up. Everyone calm the fuck down. True. Oh, no chords. No more chords. Don't cry. This is getting closer. Oh, okay. You're fading through my ears. I get it. My currents. Nah, I'm just kidding. But it's a fun, groovy track, though. That's a good one. Next track. Yes, I'm changing. Hold up. Up at night. Raging. Oh, I see clearly. Even though my eyesight's kind of dog shit. That's bullshit. So easy to get lost into. I hear those little changes. I hear those. And there's traffic going on. Wow, that was a really good track. That one can definitely get you lost into the vibe of the track. You know, just sit back, fucking let it ride out. I mean, obviously that seems to be the common theme about the album, and I think Mr. Tame Impala's explaining that or showcasing that pretty well. Especially instrumentally wise, and you know, the lyrics too. The way he's saying it is very soothing too, and his voice is just really, you know, the high pitch, you know, the slow-ish rhythm in his voice. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those tracks that really gets you lost into the music. Also, I don't know, hopefully this isn't sacrilege or anything, but in the wake of my upcoming ramble about, you know, the 2015, and it's like, I was listening to Beach House, and what was it called? Yeah, I was listening to Depression Cherry, and you know, it has a pretty big song on there. I will let you figure it out later, but yeah, I'm getting a lot of Beach House vibes from Tame Impala. I don't know if that's they kind of have similar-ish. I guess it's more that psychedelic feel I'm getting, but of course they're not one-to-one like artists, but the way I'm getting it from this album especially, I'm getting a lot of musical taste of what I got when listening to Beach House's Depression Cherry. Don't know if that's a weird take, don't know if that's like a normie take, but yeah, I mean, I'm still new to both artists, and from what I heard, Depression Cherry is a really good album. It's a really good album, and yeah, I don't know, it must be that psychedelic feel I'm getting. So maybe that's why my mind is kind of defaulting to Beach House a lot. But yeah, I don't know. On Yes, I'm Changing, Kevin Parker sings straight from the heart about his very public breakup with Melody Prockett? The lyrics are perhaps so stream of consciousness that he doesn't remember writing them. According to an April 2015 NME article, it was a weird experience because it was like it was someone else made the song. I had no memory of imagining it. On this track, it starts to become clear that this album is specifically about the loss of a lover and the end of an era, but also the beginning of something mysterious and new. Yes, I'm older, yes, I'm moving on, and if you don't think it's a crime, you can come along with me. Life is moving, can't you see? There's no future left for you and me. While the two in the relationship have no future left together, they have their own future full of new experiences and different lives to live. Their partner just needs to accept this fact, like the narrator has by now. The narrator saying they want to break up has upset their partner, as it would most people, but perhaps they don't see it the same way as the narrator. They potentially have planned to spend their partner... What? They potentially have planned to spend their partner, but now they suddenly have to move to a different path and have a completely different future. Or they see the fact that they have no future clouded by their short-term judgment. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Woohoo! On breakups, just so fascinating. Cool, yeah. Seems to fit the theme well. Not the most positive lyrical content, but I'm assuming that's not all we're gonna get on the album. If it was just I don't expect it to be overly positive. Case in point. But anyway, next track, Eventually.
And I know you will eventually. Wish I could tell you have to change, will too.
This is a man. This album is a freaking vibe, huh? God, these are some groovy ass tracks. But now I'm curious. Has speaking of other artists that give me some sort of feel Does anyone know if Mac was a Tame Impala fan? I feel like Circles has some Tame Impala type of vibes, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming I can't get over thinking of a Kevin Parker and Mac collab now. Funnily enough, I've been listening to a lot of Tame Impala and wondered the same thing. Huh, well, I guess I'm not the only one thinking that, cause like, yeah, I can definitely hear some sort of like faces and watching movies vibes with this too, especially with that little I don't know what it is, but like that piano what's it called? The shit the Beatles used, and I guess someone watching movies. I forgot what the piano Mellotron? Yeah, I think it's a Mellotron, but yeah. Kind of gives me that vibe, especially with that Mellotron like, I don't know if it's exactly a Mellotron, but that sort of piano playing in the background. It's like, yeah, I can definitely see this rubbing off on Mac, or vice versa, considering watching movies came beforehand. But I don't know the timeline, okay? I don't know who inspired who. I don't know if anyone inspired anyone at all, but that's just the kind of feeling I'm getting, and yeah, it's a really good song. It's a really good song. A lot of these lyrics sound like he's basically just writing letters goodbye, basically. This is what it feels like. It feels like that, or it feels like just sending a bunch of texts late at night when you're all fucked up. But hey, I guess that's what the mood calls for. And the mood is set pretty well. Next track. Gossip. They don't know the lyrics for this one. It is 55 seconds, so. Sweet! Next track. The the less I know, the fucking better. Someone said they left together. I ran out the door holding hands with Trevor. Not the great child with Heather. The less I know, the better. Oh, the less I know, the better. Can't you see yourself by my side? Your shoulder like every night. Since your lover changes mind. Wait 10 years will be. Don't make me wait forever. Without you, till I saw your face. Is this who you are? I was doing. Come on, Superman, say your stupid lie. You know what? You know what? I think it deserves it. Let's run it back! Boom, boom, boom! Hey! Hey! Oh! She was holding hands with Trevor. Shout out Trevor! Shout out Trevor! Pull yourself together. You should try. Oh, the less I know, the better. I know. On his shoulder like every night. Convince your lover to change his fucking mind. 10 years we'll be together. Just don't make me wait forever. By my side, giving it to all his bullshit. Doing fine without you till I saw you right. Say a stupid line. Banger. Banger. Overplayed? Nope. Overrated? Nope. Is it the best Tame Impala song? Don't know. Is it still a banger otherwise? Yup. The first 3 seconds. First 3 seconds. It's the first 3 seconds that you already know what the fuck is going on. One of the most grooviest psychedelic songs I've heard. Sure, there's probably better I could dig into, but right now, I mean, still, it's still a pretty great song. It's a pretty iconic song. It's a, what do we call it? A fucking banger. And this is the first time I've actually looked at the lyrics. Well, I know like the first the first few lines, and that's about it. So yeah, pretty good for some first lyrics. The less I know the better describes the pain of a man feeling left out in a love triangle, illustrated with a complex arrangement of groovy bass hooks, sensual Rhodes piano chords, and moody synth textures. Tame Impala frontman Kevin Parker has said that the song doesn't belong on the album because it has this dorky white disco funk. Okay. However, it is by far the most popular track on Currents, thanks in no small part to its breakout music video fusing psychedelia, sex appeal, high school angst, and a man in a gorilla costume. Funny enough, I don't think I've ever seen the music video. This track follows the synth vignette, Gossip, suggesting that the narrator, voiced by Parker, is hearing news about the woman he wants, that she is hooking up with someone named Trevor. Hello. The song's title comes from this insecurity. If people give him the details of his crush's sexual activity, the more it will dominate his thoughts and leave her seemingly defiled in his mind. Is this who you are? As illustrated by the music video's gorilla, Trevor vs. Kevin appears to be the classic alpha-beta struggle for women's affections. Trevor has her attention for now because of his sexual prowess. He is her lover, like every night. But she knows that Parker would be the better long-term partner. Wait 10 years, we'll be together. However, Kevin warns her that this patience will not last forever. Following its success on the record, The Less I Know The Better was released as a radio single on November 29, 2015. The song was voted #1 in Triple J's Hottest 100 of the decade. The way that I know I've done a new riff that is cool is if my hands don't want to do it. If you let your hands do the thinking, it will just be the same old shit. But yeah, that bass riff, it's actually a guitar with an octave pedal. Sounds about right. But that very take is the one that's used in the whole song. I recorded most of the first half of the song up until the first chorus in just 1 hour because I had the idea. I had the idea for the vocal melody and the chords, but the bass line I kinda just did. Wow. I had that demo for months and months, listening it, and trying to think about a second section for the song. Certified 4 times platinum, February 11, 2022. Wow. Yeah. So there's a decent amount packed into this song. You know, groovy bassline aside, disco wave aside, love triangle aside. I mean, well, like, add all those together, you get one of the most popular Tame Impala songs. Among thousands of breakup songs are ones that deal specifically with being left for someone else. Note the wordplay in To Get Her and Together. The Less I Know, The Better is a song written in the same vein as tracks like Fuck You by CeeLo Green, Jolene by Dolly Parton, and perhaps most similar, Fall Out Boy's Sugar We're Going Down? That's a revelation to me. Is this more than you bargained for yet? Oh, don't mind me, I'm watching you two from the closet, wishing to be the friction in your jeans. Isn't it messed up how I'm just starting to be him? You know what? Okay, I guess Genius has a point. However much hate you do have for Trevor, come on, how can you hate Trevor? He's sadly only used because Trevor is just Trevor because it rhymes with together. Oh, okay. The band has since released official Fuck Trevor t-shirts in reference to this lyric. Oh, come on guys. Come on guys, let's leave Trevor alone, please. Let's leave Trevor alone, guys, come on. Yeah. Banger song, the lyrical content that seems to fit the album all too well. And yeah, it'll probably live forever in the legacy and legend of Tame Impala. Am I gassing the song up way too much? Who knows? But who cares? It's still a really great song. Alright, cool. I guess we'll finish the album. Fortunately, this song will have to go into the back burner because we are done with it. It'll probably be on repeat in late night drives. Anyway, next track, Past Life. Rocky? Tyler?
Anyway, I was leaving. Started to trigger memories.
God damn, that shit's ripping.
Bizarre shit like the
How bizarre.
blackout regret.
Huh. Damn.
Takes a lot to trip me up. But I guess I was just switching off.
Oh,
Logging instantly.
but now
And
slog.
I don't know if... I mean, I don't even know if she does. Maybe she does.
Oh, okay. Get a little conflicted here, my buddy. I mean, it is pretty easy. It is pretty easy to just go back into it, I guess, or have those thoughts. Oh no.
Hello?
Oh no. Oh no. Why did you pick up that? Why did you call her, buddy? Why did you call her? I don't think this is going in the way I think it's going. Either, I mean, we still got a lot of song left. Still got a lot of album left, but I don't like where this is going, buddy. I don't like where this is going. Then again, I don't know. I've only had one relationship, so I can't really be like the be-all, end-all, you know, analyst or when it comes to relationships. But man, yeah, I guess this can be really easy to just fall back into a past relationship and, you know, try to see what's happening with that, try to rekindle something, because I don't know. Maybe this one girl that Tame was looking at is just that was the one. I mean, they kind of implied that a lot throughout the album, and yeah, it seems that he's not taking this breakup as well as I thought he was gonna be taking it. But I guess that is pretty real. That sounds pretty realistic. I mean, I feel like that happens way more than I think it does. Probably does happen, but yeah. I mean, sometimes I guess you just have to learn the hard way when it comes to letting go, and I guess this is one of those examples. Maybe, I don't know, I'm kind of just inferring from how this album will go from here on out. The voice in the outro is Kevin Parker's current wife. Sophie Lawrence Parker. This is fitting to the song as Kevin Parker met Sophie Parker in high school. Since high school, Parker has seen so much success and change that his time with Sophie in high school felt like a past life to him. Proposed suggestion. The hello refers to the sentence in the interlude where he wonders if she has the same phone number of the past life, and her answering the phone confirms it all. In the previous interlude, Kevin stated that he doesn't know if his past lover still has the same phone number that they used to communicate on. He feels like there is no danger in giving it a go to call up his past lover and try to reconnect with her. Marked as we say, yikes. Yeah, well, I mean, from what I got, is like, I thought he was just going back to his past lover, and like, unless I shouldn't be digging into the fact that that was his wife, maybe he just needed a female voice, I don't know. But maybe it is what I'm thinking, or not, I don't know. And that's what it sounds like, but my goodness, that was a pretty nice one. Especially with the spoken word, you know, verses, interludes, whatever. You know, helping us set up the setting, I guess. Even though he's literally just telling us his daily routine. Alright, cool. Next track. Disciples. Track they talk about in Genius. Hold up. We're getting a little groovy here. Oh, I've had a lot of rude encounters. Oh, you can tell me. I'll keep it a secret.
Now it's like the waters, besides we lose you.
Hello?
But I guess I won't anymore.
Ooh, a little guitar solo coming? Or not, okay. Yeah, a little short one, but a little fun one there. Or I didn't really expect this kind to be in here, but hey, it's there. Next track, cause I'm a man. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. If you still have that phone from the last couple tracks, hold that shit. Okay. So true. They get the guitar. So true. So freaking true. Oh, hello. man. Woman. So true. Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can interpret that, you know. As Genius says here, Kevin, vulnerable after his blow up in the first verse, takes shot at his own masculinity. Men mess up, just like everyone else, may appear to be a simple message, but he extrapolates in the final couplet by stating that all humans bend to their basic instincts in the heat of the moment. The chrome balls in the cover art may illustrate one of the greater forces that men answer to. This may also be an example of irony and sarcasm, alluding to the saying, boys will be boys, and the way men excuse things, like cheating, by saying, we're men, we can't control ourselves, which is not the best excuse to have. I will say, as a guy with 2 balls, I think. Yes, I do have 2 balls. Why'd I shut the fuck up? Anyway, Kevin may be using this excuse sarcastically, knowing that he doesn't really have one. Parker clarifies the intention in an interview with Under the Radar. Listening to it, I was wondering if the lyrics are intended to be apologetic. The tone also seems a bit defiant. It is, but it's also apologetic. When I say it's tongue-in-cheek, I'm not saying it's insincere. The apology is sincere, but the excuse of saying, oh, it's because I'm a man, is the tongue-in-cheek bit. I hope people don't see it as a sexist in any way. That would upset me, but I wouldn't put it past people to interpret it like that, because people have whack interpretations of things sometimes. So true. So true. And that is the double-edged sword of having music like this, because a lot of people will interpret things completely wrong and completely to an extreme. Multiple cases of that happening. Sometimes because the artist isn't super clear, or sometimes some listeners just completely whack crazy ass. But yeah, that's unfortunate. But I mean, you can, yeah. I mean, you know, all I'm gonna say, not to toot any horns or not to state the obvious, but you know, if a man's gonna say, you know, if a man's gonna use that excuse, unironically, yeah, run. Anyway, next track. Good track though. Reality in Motion. Hello electric music. True. Man, this one is giving a lot of Vice Beach, Vice vibes. Am I in freaking 80s Miami here? Deep end. Might take a little bit of a grower to me, but that chorus is pretty sick. Alright, next track. Love/Paranoia. True. I guess it doesn't fucking matter. Ugh. Okay, a little guitar lick.
Girl, I'm sorry.
This song released on July 17, 2015 alongside Tame Impala's 3rd studio album, Currents. The lyrics detail the experience of someone who has been cheated on before and is paranoid about their current partner doing the same. It is unclear whether this person has already cheated or not due to the unreliable narrator. This person ends up losing their partner due to their paranoia and regrets it, even though they might be right. Oh, yeah, that is a very messed up predicament to be in. And I'm not gonna, I guess, victim blame or blame anyone. Maybe the cheat, because like if there is some unrest in the partner and accusing I don't know if accusing is the right word, but like if they think there is some foul play in the relationship, I feel like it should be both the partners to at least communicate, to at least put that feeling allegation at ease. I know if you're already accusing your partner of cheating, there's already some like break in the trust there, but I don't know if this is just my naive idealistic way of thinking, but like I feel like if there is some sort of topic to be had, I feel like there is a way to salvage that by just communicating. It's like, hey, you know, I'm not I'm not cheating. I'm sorry it made you feel that way, but I'm with you. We're locked in together forever, kind of thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too naive for that. Maybe I just have a very naive way of thinking about that. I'm not sure, but I mean, I have had very insecure thoughts. I had very paranoid thoughts when it came to my relationship, and you know, I don't look back at that fondly, but I mean, you know, sometimes you just get really insecure about the relationship and the strength of it, and you know, sometimes it happens. You know, I guess it's just up to you guys to be able to, you know, communicate, maybe sort something out. But if it just ends up with more arguing and yelling and more distrust and yeah, I'm sorry about that, buddy. I'm sorry. But if Genius says here that the person ends up losing their partner due to their paranoia and regrets it, even though they may be right, let's just say in this hypothetical that the person did cheat, like there's just so much questions that could arise from that. It's like, did they cheat and then try to manipulate the paranoid person into thinking that they're not, or you know, manipulate the paranoia person into thinking that they cheated or whatnot? It comes to this whole dynamic of manipulation and like, I guess, gaslighting, and who knows, maybe even the paranoid partner is to blame too, because it's just maybe they just got paranoid over something that's just very minuscule. It just comes down to a lot of like insecurities and past trauma, I guess. But then again, I'm not one to indulge in a lot of relationship hurdles, especially when it comes to relationships I don't know personally, because who gives a shit? Sometimes I get a little nosy, okay? All right, but ultimately, who cares? Oh, it's not my business. So yeah. Sorry, this feels like a couples therapy session. Maybe that's what he wanted from this album. Anyway, I'll get to that later. Let's finish off the album. New person, same old mistakes. Not a very promising title. 6 minutes. You know what that means. Strap in. Bow, 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 bow. I may have heard this song before too, but not fully. Yikes.
Feel like a brand new person. Fakes what I like.
Okay. Tell us how you really feel. Okay. Like a brand new person. Okay, this little back and forth between Tame and Impala. Another switch? What in the video game soundtrack? At least the bass line's like the same. Unless these new beat switches are here to, you know, exemplify the new person, yet we still have that same bass line. Hey, you know what? You know what? Hell yeah. New direction. And with that being said, this Tame Impala album is done. It's done. Wow. Yeah, not the most uplifting ways to end it, I guess. I mean, it just sounds like he's, you know, going back to his old ways, even if he has gone through experiences that, you know, make him a better, newer person. Yeah, I mean, when he's asking, you know, how will he know if it's right? I mean, I guess we don't know if it's right. We don't know if it's the right choice or not. But that's the point of learning, right? To not make the same mistakes again. So it's like It's an interesting question to ask us, I guess, but I mean, like, if you just end up in the same spot, then that's what you call a cycle, baby, and you don't want to be caught in those. At least for me. At least I don't want to be caught in those. But, you know, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes it's just not to your own fault. I mean, then again, you are a grown-ass man, you can't make your own choices, but still, you know, people mess up a lot, and, you know, hopefully eventually he'll get the message, but, you know, I guess in this way, it's kind of like trust me on this gamble, or you're gonna learn the hard way type of you're messing up again. I guess it's just ultimately up to Mr. Tame and Impala here to figure out what he's doing is the right choice, or just another example of repeating said cycle. Unless Genius got something for me. Holy, you got a lot for me, okay. On the final song of Currents, the narrator admits that his metamorphosis should be read with caution. Its biggest skeptic is the side of him he left behind. The impulse to change and the fear of changing too much are at odds until the bridge, which suggests some synthesis. This story ain't so different from the rest. Change and self-doubt are natural, and in the end, the narrator is the same introspective person he was on Inner Speaker and Lonerism. Okay, there is connection between past albums, my bad. It's a fitting conclusion to an album that both describes personal transformation and embodies it musically as a radical departure from Kevin Parker's earlier work. Both fans and artists are forced to reconcile the past with the present, and the realization that one person can express different aspects of themselves at different times is as good as it gets. The song was covered by Rihanna on her album Anti under the title Same Old Mistakes. What? In this powerful opening line, the self-righteous fallacy that love invokes is rejected. A feeling of confidence and might is expressed, brought upon by the care and affection of a lover. However, it is hastily overlaid with a contrarily pessimistic idea about not making the same mistake with love. Also, Currents is about personal turbulence and eventual change. Therefore, this line also has some level of meaning in the self-transformation Parker as he wrote the album. As the song plays, every positive notion that's made, example, feel like a brand new person, a negative one is subtly followed, but you'll make the same old mistakes. The artist is expressing their inner thoughts, self-doubts, and fear, like they're thinking out loud. He has a new sense of self and longing to express it within this new genre of music. However, his doubt of not being able to provide results sufficient to his fans is also a concern. Okay, cool. I guess you can look at it multiple ways, you know. You can look at it as a guy falling into the same traps he's trying to learn from, and you'll make the same old mistakes person is trying to ground them and keep them from leaning off into the deep end, I guess. That being said, you can also flip it. The brand new person is trying to make changes for the better, but I guess that leaning of self-doubt comes into play, which I guess could also connect into this feeling that Tame Impala is feeling artistically, especially since apparently this is a very significant shift in the music compared to previous projects. I'm assuming, I'm not sure, I haven't indulged into previous projects, but I'm assuming that's what Tame Impala is trying to express, and I can see that. I was under the impression of like, oh, this guy's falling into the trap again, and you kind of have to stop him. But I can also see where that form of like self-doubt tries to halt or stop some sort of personal growth within you. So yeah, there's a couple of ways to look at it, and you know, pretty nice way to end off the album, but a very lengthy one, But yeah, that being said, that was Tame Impala's Currents, and wow, yeah, for a album as big as this, it definitely is worthy of the success it's given. A lot of the lyrical themes and messages here you can kind of get off rip. You know, it basically just feels like a bunch of letters, personal letters given from Tame Impala about his relationship life and his life, just, you know, moving on, evolving, growth, all that kind of stuff. There's also some tracks that make you feel like you're either on the beach or in the stars. So yeah, there's a little bit of instrumental variety here where, you know, you can go from like dancing tunes to like psychedelic rock to neo psychedelic music or whatever, that, you know, Mac Miller type beach house type stuff. And it was a very nice listen. The big songs that you know of are big songs for a reason, because they're really good, and they're slappers, and they're bangers. The less I know, the better. Probably will not get old for me, but that just depends. I haven't listened to that song in a minute. But yeah, I mean, it's just a very, just a very groovy, psychedelic, and fun. It's fun. As someone who's had a past relationship, who knows how much this would have impacted me emotionally had I just gotten out of a relationship. I'd, you know, even though there is some songs like Past Life where, you know, it can kind of make you reflect on your past relationship no matter how far along it's been. I feel like if you're a person who maybe just had a recent breakup, there's probably a lot more emotional weight here, considering, you know, you probably aren't all there completely, you're not in the right headspace, but, you know, hopefully you got some stuff from here that kind of helps you get out of that slump, or, you know, uplifts you in a bit. Last track title aside, I guess it just comes down to like his insecurities and your paranoia and how you handle yourself moving forward, because yeah, there's a lot of things Tame Impala does reach upon when it comes to, like, sometimes your own mental state can do you in and can be the downfall of you. There's also a lot of things about just going with the flow, let it happen, you know, kind of accept what's coming your way no matter how bad. There's probably a lot of relationship discourse you can get from this album, but still, on top of that, there's a lot of groovy tracks, funky bass, not funky, but like danceable bass lines, and god, some of it's pretty muddy. A very fun listen, a very good listen. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, like, there is like a, you know, the moment does kind of repeat some stuff that the opening track does, so there's that, but I mean, it's not like, I don't think any of these songs were bad. Overall, yeah. Bunch of bangers on this album, for sure. Yeah. So I guess with that being said, thank you for watching another retrospective listen in the books. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. You know the drill. Watch my other retrospective listens if you want to. Watch my non-retrospective listens if you want to. Yeah. I don't know. Tame Impala fans, let me know. Is this the best psychedelic dance electronic tune album you've ever listened to? Is this the best Tame Impala album you've listened to? I'd like to know, because I mean, I feel like this is a very popular album for good reason. Unless you think the popular tracks carry the album, which I don't think so. It does add to the greatness of the album, that's for sure, personally. But yeah, if there's any Tame Impala fans that brush upon this video, let me know. Let me know what you think about this album. And yeah, shout out to Tame Impala, a very, very popular guy. Very popular guy. I really gotta get started on that ramble soon. But anyway, that'll be it. And yeah, shout out to Tame Impala, shout out to Currents, and shout out to a really good album cover. It's very simple. Simple. I don't think simple is the right word, but pretty sick. I just noticed that Tame Impala album I was talking about is from 2020. Well, maybe I'll come back to you when I get my 5-year retrospective listens in. I'm not sure yet, though. Alright,